because the next one we're going to do is you start thinking about, oh, I'm going to try and make this efficient for you. Because when we're chasing what some of you might have 8 or 10 goals there already, you know, trying to chase 8 or 10 goals sounds more like a light bulb than a laser. So here's a nice concept for us, okay, called the domino effect. So what if there was one goal, a big goal, based on all your previous answers, that if you were to complete that one goal, if you were to achieve that one goal, it would have the largest, it would make the biggest difference in your life. Maybe not tick all the boxes, but what is, can you think of one juicy goal? Wow, yeah, wow. If I was hitting that, if I achieved that goal, that would presuppose, that would mean that I would have had to achieve lots of other goals. So for example, Barbara, no, who was it? Yeah, was it whoever had the 10K per month? If you have a juicy goal like that, you know, 10K per month, that might presuppose that you've had to book yourself out or launch your group, stay healthy and energized and be productive and look after your relationships and to be that kind of high performing level. So can you all think of a kind of one of those big goals? Wow, yeah, that one would, if I just focus on achieving that one, so many of the other ones will fall into place. This one might work best in a particular area, but it's going to be a knock-on effect, you know. Can anyone think of a juicy goal? Yeah, wow. Say, for example, if you are crossing the finish line of a marathon, that might presuppose you've had to what? Train regularly, get fit, eat better, be disciplined, you know, go to bed early so that you can get up early and do your training. It might presuppose that and that might presuppose you've cut out the bad habits of watching Netflix or something too late, you know. So is there a kind of a goal that, wow, yeah, now if you just focus on that, that would mean I would have had to overcome and achieve so much more in different areas of my life. Anyone got something?
Shane, hi, it's Glenda. I have a bit of a revelation because the first thing I thought of was the make 10 grand a month. Woo! Okay. Everything would be sorted. And when I actually look back at the list,
yeah,
that only sorts out it only achieves one of the goals. So everything else is, you know, is more to do with, I suppose, myself and my own personal growth and journey. It's crazy because the first thing I went to was the money, make more money.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at the list, I was like, it doesn't really solve many problems.
Okay. Is there that's you know, sounds juicy, but is there another goal and you think of that? Wow. Look at your other goals that would, if you were there
sorry, a lot of feedback there. And for me, it's probably more the health stuff. If I'm happier and healthier myself, I can be more present for the family, be more present for my partner, my husband, and just basically be a happier person, or not even happier, but just a more balanced and
So let me push it then. What do you think? What one would be for your vision or a goal that if I was there, if I had achieved that, that would mean that I was fitter, I was healthier, I was looking after myself better, I would be more present, I was making all these better choices, I was looking after myself better, so I was more there for others. Can you think of something like that?
Well, my morning routine, and you know, putting down my thoughts first thing in the morning and taking a few breaths and setting myself up for the day, so I have focus on what needs, where I need to direct myself every day. Because it's, you know, you can sometimes get up and just get going, and before you know where you are, you've kind of ignored, or you haven't really been present for anything, and you haven't reached any of your goals. You haven't even thought of them, and you're kind of feel like you're free falling a bit.
Okay. So that sounds like a process goal is something you do every day, and you're setting yourself up for the day.
Yeah.
So perhaps a goal like, you know, if you had I'm just thinking like something like a journal that was, you know, 2022, 2023 journal completed, it's the 23rd, and you look back and it's completed. And that meant you, every day you have done that, that would kind of sum up the rest.
It's like checking in with yourself every day, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because this still, where, you know, making sure those goals still make sense for me, because things can change, and, you know, good stuff can happen, and who knows, but okay,
you think you come up with something there that would kind of put yourself at you would kind of prove to yourself?
I know this, I know this, but it's like it's holding myself accountable to it. It's like,
look, I'm going to
offer for a year.
There's a little offer coming up at the end of this to help you to the next stage. You know, it does take us a year ahead of us, but it starts with the vision. There was another hand raised, I think. Was there someone else who wanted? Joanna?
It's Joanna. Yeah, for me, will be change of mindset, because now I have this mindset of going to work, and then I'm going to work for someone, and I want to work for myself. So I believe if I change that mindset, everything, all the limiting belief and everything will come in place for me to achieve any goal that I want to achieve.
Okay. So think then, what would be proof that your mindset, what would prove to you beyond doubt that you've had such a significant mindset shift that it's no longer even a doubt that you're stuck in your own ways?
If I set a goal, I wake up and I do what exactly, or if I have a plan for the day, I wake up and I do the plan without my husband pulling me, the kids pulling me, and this person pulling me. Then I know I've got that mindset that I want to do this, and I'm doing it.
Excellent. Cool. So getting closer to what could be, we can envision. So if you wake up and you know you've got a plan, or you're going to spend the time for the plan for the day, that proves to you there's been a mindset shift, and that changes everything.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay. Anybody else want to share or ask? If you got now we don't have to go for a domino effect. It's just a nice way to kind of have it more bang for your buck and kind of collapse it all down.
So I'm not sure if you were planning to talk about this, Shane, but I was going to ask you about tools that you use when you work on your vision or, you know, envisionment. So what are the tools other than meditation?
For envisionment? Yeah, for envision.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to hopefully do the exercise with you now and give you kind of the next steps for after you've had it. Or are you talking about when you're creating the envisioning?
When you create it, and then what do you do next? You know, how often do you every day meditate? Yeah.
Okay. Let me check in with you, Alicia. Is it Alicia or Lesia?
It's Lesia, yeah.
Lesia, so sorry. Let me check in with you after the process and after the next slide, and see if I've answered you then.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Super. Okay, everybody got at least a juicy goal, or maybe a domino effect goal that, wow. If that were to happen and I've achieved that, that would prove beyond doubt, that would kind of have this, that would kind of mean that I would have had to knock over some of these other smaller goals. Some of the people, there was health goals there. Or let me just skim back up to some of the.
Sorry, Shane, can I just ask quickly, will you be sharing this deck or the slides with us later, or should we be taking...
I can share the slides, no problem. It's a good point. Actually, I hadn't made a note for that. I'll share the recording and I'll share the slides.
thank you.
And you can reach out to me if there's something, maybe I can offer a resource, something to help you with the follow-up. Okay, if we're ready to move on, let's get into it. Anybody stuck? So, there's two ways we know about this. We can just put yourselves at the end of the year. What I prefer to do is just go, if you've got that juicy goal, that domino effect goal, it doesn't have to be like for the end of the year. It could be beyond that. But I'm going to ask you all a question, right? And it's really just, rather than writing it out, I want you to kind of trust what comes up in your mind. Okay, I'm going to check in after that. So thinking of that domino effect goal, thinking of that juicy goal, thinking of that big goal that would mean you've had to knock over lots of smaller ones along the way. What is the last thing that has to happen for you to know you have achieved that goal? And just let it come. What is the last thing that has to happen for you to know you've achieved it? Yep. There you are. Now, who here's got a picture or a situation or a statement that well, you know, for example, a 10K a month, maybe if you see your bank account and or you see your invoices or you see your blah, 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 if you're hitting the finish line in the marathon, that presupposes you've got to do a lot of stuff. But your internal vision for the last thing that has to happen for you to know you've achieved it? Anybody need some help?
So Shane, I think I get a feeling of what mine would look like. And that's kind of narrowing it down from a 10K month to, you know, gaining 8 clients in the week feels better in achieving that. And I think the process, or I think what you mean, like the last thing that has to happen would be that I would have a deep knowing of what I need to focus on.
Okay.
Each would have the amount of energy spent on them. And the week would feel like it flows smoothly.
Is that background noise? Can anyone help me out with anything if it's not? Or maybe it is you, Barbara. Is it?
I don't think so. No.
I think it's Joe. I think it's Joe. Sorry, her name is flashing up there.
Can you see that? Yeah, well done. Thank you.
So was that the right kind of? Is that the right thing that?
So we're going to go look for what's the last thing that has to happen. It may be, just think of things like, well, if you had 8 clients in the week, how would you know beyond doubt that you had 8 clients every week? What would it look like? What would be the proof that it's done?
Yeah.
You're thinking now. I want you to trust your unconscious. These are like, might be your calendar is scheduled. You see the block when you count. Maybe it's like you're invoicing, or maybe it's like you're turning away a prospect. You know, that kind of thing. You know, what you to trust what's coming up for you. Is there anybody else?
Almost being able to turn the feeling of being able to turn people down.
There you go.
Yeah.
So really sorry, but I'm booked up. You're going to put it on my waiting list.
Yeah.
So that feeling of, okay, what does that feel like?
It feels it feels very fulfilling, and it feels like I've achieved, it feels like I've achieved my goal, that I've got somewhere that that I've envisaged, really.
So you feel you've achieved your goal. What would it look like if you're there, if you've got that feeling? What would it look like if you're there and you have that feeling, or what would it sound like?
It would feel like contentment, I think.
Yeah. So feel the contentment. Feel the contentment that I'm really sorry, but I can't take you on. Feel that contentment. Where do you feel it? You get a sense of it in your body. And if anybody else has got a feeling and not a visual or a statement, go along with this. Get this feeling of contentment. You got it. Can you sense it in your body?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Locate it there. Just going to bring your attention to it. There's a contentment. Now, put yourself there when you've achieved that and you're feeling that contentment. It's like, wow. What does it look or sound like when you have that content feeling?
I'm not quite sure, actually.
Okay. So I want you to, where's the content feeling? You got the content feeling?
Yeah, the content feeling is actually behind my eyes, and
go deeper, find it. Usually we'll just check it. Go into that content feeling and tell me what's happening. You're there now. Go into let yourself feel the contentment, because you've achieved it. You've worked hard with 8 clients a week, and is achieving, and you're there because you're turning people away. You're already going on your waiting list, or what are you doing when you're fully booked? If your 8 clients a week is fully booked, what has to change? What policy or what's communication?
I'm actually quite stuck.
Okay, that's why I'm here. So the contentment. So let me just pull back a little bit. The achieve the goal is 8 clients in a week. Is it every week?
8 new clients. Yeah.
Oh, 8 new clients. Okay, excellent. So you've just got your 8 new client, and there's a feeling of contentment. Now, I really want you to settle into that feeling of, is it contentment still the feeling? What does that feel like to be, wow, 8 new clients this week?
It feels really quite deeply nourishing, actually.
Good. Let yourself feel that deep, nourishing feeling. 8 clients, big achievement, 8 clients. And let yourself feel. And now tell me where that nourishing feeling is what's happening inside you.
Yeah, it feels warm and it feels secure. So it's giving me a sense of security.
It feels warm and secure. So feel that warmth, feel that sense of security, and maybe the contentment is in there as well. Deeply nourishing feeling. You get a really good sense of this feeling. Okay, you've done amazing to achieve that. So you're there now, you've achieved that, and you've got there because what do you see? What do you feel? What comes with this feeling? What do you see? What do you hear? This deeply nourishing feeling. What do you say to yourself?
I say to myself, bloody well done.
Bloody excellent. So you're saying to yourself, bloody well done. That's it. Now, give me a visual. What can you see anything as you're saying that yourself? Bloody well done. For yourself somewhere. Where are you? Inside, outside? You're in your office, in your house?
Yeah, inside my house.
Okay, where are you in your house? What do you see? What room are you in?
I'm in my living room. I'm near my desk, but I don't have that pull to sit down and plug away at my marketing and strategy, and like the effort has come out of it completely. And I'm just in the flow. I'm just doing the thing that I love.
Okay, good. So that don't have that pull. What are you doing instead when you don't have that pull to go on market, etc.? What are you doing instead? What do you see instead of that? What can you do?
I see space. I see lots of space for me to live fully. Okay,
and bring it back to the moment, that deep, nourishing feeling you have, and you're in the office, and you no longer have that pull to go off. But put yourself back in the office. What are you going to do instead of following the pull? What are you going to do instead of that? What's the way to mark this achievement? Sit there.
What would I do instead with that space?
Okay, so you've got that space. What does that space look like?
That space looks like freedom to make decisions and travel.
Okay, so give that space, give it a picture. I want you to give it something, fill in that space with an example of how you will use that space that would represent the freedom and the ease. What would you do? What could you do? You're there, you could right, you know, you're going to celebrate, you're going to clear your calendar, you're going to take the rest of the day off. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm going to go and book a holiday.
Excellent. So you're going to book a holiday. So there you go. Now, what's the first thing you think of when you go to book a holiday? What does that look like?
I'm thinking of going to lie on the beach and fall asleep with a pina colada next to me.
Okay. So if you were on a beach celebrating that achievement and the space and the freedom, would that mean you've got there? You've got to that.
Yeah, I think it would.
Okay. Can you visualize that, feel it, hear it? What do you hear? What do you sense? What do you smell? What do you taste? Can you taste the pina colada?
Yeah, I can taste the beach, and yeah, it feels amazing, and it feels like I'm congratulating myself for where I've come as well.
Good.
And
Excellent.
I'm using the money that I've earned on my own holiday.
Mm-hmm. You can make it even juicier. Are you there by yourself, or is there someone with you?
Yeah, I'll have someone with me, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
make it compelling, make it juicy, make it compelling.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that feel like now you can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can hear it? What could you hear? You're saying to yourself, was it bloody well done? Was that what you said to yourself? Oh, I've done it. What was the statement you made?
Yeah, I think it was bloody well done or something.
Yeah, I think it was bloody well done. It's in the recording anyway. Bloody well done, Barbara. You've done it.
Yeah.
So that's your compelling vision. Now think of that compelling vision. So you tell me, is it compelling? If you woke up in the morning, every morning, and went, wow, my vision is to be on the beach celebrating 8 new clients in a week, the freedom, the space. And it just means I no longer have that pull to go into the marketing and all the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely. I think so. Yeah. Definitely.
Excellent. Okay.
Thank you for getting me there.
Yeah, well done. Did anybody else get stuck in a feeling or get stuck with their vision? Does anybody, and you may want to spend more time with it, but who here has got a compelling vision of them having achieved it? I mean, someone else give me that, but who got a vision? Who got a visual of it, but not everything else yet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what do you see? Can you go into your vision now, Jill? Tell me, what do you see?
Was the 10,000 in the bank account monthly.
Monthly, excellent. So the 10,000. So you see that now. As you see that, what is it? Can you get a visual of that? Is it 10K exactly? Is it 11,237? Can you get a clear, concise picture? And is it on the statement? Is it on invoicing?
It's in my business bank account, and I can see it there, and I just feel wahoo.
Great. Okay, there you stay with it. Woohoo!
Wahoo!
Woohoo! Excellent. And what does it feel? Tell me more about the feeling. Go into the feeling of it.
Excitement in my chest, kind of like, wow, I did it, punch the air stuff, like, yeah.
Punch it. Wow, I did it, punch the air. Excellent. Does it feel, can you make it even stronger?
Giddy, excited. Excited. A sense of real achievement. Like, I know how much blood, sweat, and tears would have to go into that to happen. So I suppose I'm working probably a little bit longer, although I've been studying, and I've come out of that, back at my business now, and for 2023 I just want to go, put my all into it. And so I'm lucky, I suppose, at this stage. Lucky, not lucky, have worked hard to keep a momentum every week with my ongoing clients, but I want to up that a few more gears. So I know, to me, I wouldn't be looking for higher than 10. I'd be really happy and excited with 10. Excellent.
Yeah, so would I. It'd be amazing. Every month, just know that it's
who wouldn't.
It's got to be, that's how it feels. So it feels giddy excitement, and there, and you can see it and you can feel it, and you say to yourself, woohoo.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, you wanted to bring in some people like the taste, maybe like the sound, or the
I think it's
a
sense of it, maybe empowerment then, because that
feel
then
that empowerment from each other. Feel that empowerment, because the big statement is like, yeah, that proves to you, yeah, I've done
and
this.
then, you know, the knock-on effect of that to my kids, to my family, so that frees up other things. And yeah, so yeah, then you're kind of moving into more, you know, quality in different areas of your life, in helping other people. I'm not talking about myself, but being, you know,
That's part
able
of your
to help.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And then obviously you've widened your client base in order to do that. And then you're helping the ripple effect of helping more people, which is what we're all in this business for initially. Nothing to do with the monetary. It's just the monetary value would reflect.
It's a reflection of the success you are having on that mission and the impact you're having on others.
Yeah, it would be like a marker that, yeah, that's the amount of people I've helped, and even by doing that, it'll help, say, immediately, in my case, my kids or my family.
So can you just pull up on the screen that vision? There it is, the 10K in your business account, the feeling, the woohoo.
Yeah.
Excellent. You've got it. I can't go around the room anymore because of the time that's left, but has anybody any questions? Do you know the strategy now, what's involved? You got to feel it first sometimes. Maybe you see it first and then you bring in the feelings, but you want to engage all of the senses. The more you want to definitely see it and feel it at the very least. A little bit of maybe a mantra or a woohoo or I bloody well did it. That's nice as well because you can use all of them. Okay. Give me a show of hands. Who's got there? Who's got a compelling vision now? We didn't have when we started. Just give me a thumbs up, or what do you call it? Give me one of those, an icon, an emoticon, a thumbs up or a yes, sir. Someone needs to be muted. I'm gonna have to yippee waiting list. Anne's got it. Nice, yeah. So chat box or okay, cool. I'd love to help you all through this, and reach out to me. I'll do a one-off. I will do a one-off session with you if you want me to help you with this one-to-one. But I want you to think of Anna. Think of Anna's vision. 6 months later, she got it. You know, so don't underestimate this stuff. And if you're not there yet, it's a tricky process, and this is where we can. But give yourself time. Okay, you know what? It's and maybe you may come across resistance in the unconscious. That happens too. Skillful coach will help you get beyond that. So next steps. Remember, first of all, who here is feeling more enthusiastic about the year ahead now? I am too. I enjoyed this. Okay. Enthusiasm has a half-life. Don't trust that. Okay. Just please check you're muted. There's some background noise coming in. I can't find who it is.
It's Joe Griffin, I think. Her name keeps flashing up, so maybe it's that.
Yeah, let me see. Can I find Joe Griffin? Oh, I'm not getting all the. Maybe it's gone now. Thanks, Joe. Okay. Where's my share? Where's my slide? Oh, here we go. Back to the slide. So, next steps. Don't trust enthusiasm. Recall that vision. So once you have a clear vision, it's important to get into a picture because it's easy to recall. If you can't recall the feeling, it takes longer, but you can still use that. But eventually build in a visual picture like I did with Barbara. If you got a vision but it doesn't really feel that much yet, just start, well, what would it feel like? And really give yourself, feelings come slower, okay? And then bring in maybe a statement like a woohoo or yippee or I've done it or bloody well done, whatever it is. Recall it daily. If you get up in the morning and you go, yeah, that's my vision, remind you're programming yourself with the desired future that Joe Dispenza was talking about. Make sure it's not, once you really got it down, you don't have to spend as long on it, but you really got to program. This is you're plugging your GPS coordinates in. So you really got to kind of program it in. Another trick is, oh, I'm not there yet. Act as if you're already there. So act as if you're the 10K coach. Act as if you're the fit marathon runner, you know, and this is where the brain can't tell the difference. So that's very powerful, because that's really how you're reprogramming yourself to shed the identity of who you think you are now and become who you're going to be, who you want to become. And it's going to be scary. If you're pushing yourself, you're going to have barriers along the way. That's normal. That's to be expected. You're not growing. It's not a worthwhile goal if you don't meet that. So I call it meeting the FUD fence, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You're going to meet that. But with the vision, you put the vision, this is why. That's going to remind you why you're doing this. And like for Varva, known as you're going to be celebrating on the beach with a pina colada and her hot partner beside her. It's going to be worth it, okay? That's the kind of attitude you need to bring into it. If you're stuck or get stuck with this, you work with a coach, you work with me longer term, or if you want to just a single session. I don't have many slots available right now, but if it's a childcare crisis, but I can, we can work and put something in. Reach out. But know you're right. A little bit of an offer I have for you all for next week is limited 10 places. And it's really to help with the motivation. So you have your vision now. The next step is to really tap into the motives. Why? Why is it so important? So there's a process that I normally in a mentoring or coaching session, I would follow on from the vision with the 5 why process. Know your whys, going deeper in through the layers and tapping in. This is what I did with that the client that gave me the testimonial, so that it feels clear, but you also then tap into why this is important to you. And that's what unearths this energy, unlocks these energies, and makes you more resilient, more determined. And it's a fairly simple process, but in theory, but to do it, I can't do it with many people. It's going to be much more one-to-one, a bit like I did with Farver there. So I have 10 spaces available for next week. It's going to be on it. I'll send you out an Eventbrite link within 24 hours. I'd probably do that tonight. And it's exclusive to the people. I'm not going to promote it anywhere else. It'll go up on Eventbrite. I'm not going to promote it anywhere else. It's really for people with a vision or with a big juicy goal. And we'll tap into the reasons why. When you have that strong why, it'll help you get through the adversity. That would be the next step, I would say, in terms of mindset and in terms of making sure so if you have a clear and compelling vision now, you should be kind of, what do you call it? Salivating at the prospect of achieving it. And if we will spend a little bit of time, maybe next week, just making sure that you've got that compelling vision, tidying up a bit. And then it's only going to be €33. So it's a minimal investment. It's for 10 of you. It's really as a follow-on to make sure that those of you who are determined to make it happen, get that extra layer. Any questions on it? It's going to help you tap into your intrinsic motivation, links you to your values as well. Think of your values as little engines that drive change. So without strapping some engines onto this vision, it's not going to materialize, or you'll go for a little while and then it'll run out of steam. Enthusiasm will fade. So you maybe don't need it. Maybe you got that compelling vision and just being on that beach sipping pina coladas is all I need. If you think that maybe it's going to start flagging or you're not fully motivated, it's going to really help you with that. Okay, any questions on that? Mandy, I can't. Is your Mandy looking for me? Or my screen of Mandy popped up, but I can't see you. Okay. Oh, someone's writing on my.
Is that class next week on Wednesday as well?
It's on Wednesday, not at the same time. It's going to be early. It's going to be at 12 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. I'm off on Wednesday, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay. It might be a small group. I'm just going to do it. It's to offer you a kind of a follow-on from this, and I'll reach out to you by email. You can chat to me about it if you need to. Okay, and then let me see. I got to get rid of this. Contact me. Reach out. My email is shane@designyourlifecoaching.ie. Text or call me. Some know each through Facebook or LinkedIn. Just reach out, and I offer free kind of 15-minute sessions to see if there's anything if we might be a good fit, and then we can have another session after that if you want to work with me, or we could have a one-off paid session center. So it is absolutely free. Some of you know that, you know, I'm not going to do any selling. I'm really trying to find out if I can help you and if you want to work with me, and if then we can have a longer conversation. I'll send a link. I'll share the Eventbrite details for next week. I'd love to have you all back, or 10 of you, because it's not realistic to get everybody back. Take this step forward and to help you achieve your goals this year and beyond. Right. Oh, we're gone past time. That's my apologies. Thank you all. I really got to go. Thank you all so much. Well done, all of you. I really hope you got a lot from it, and you're taking that vision with you, your compelling vision of the future. Remember it every day. Bring it up on your inner screen. Remind yourself of why you're doing it, because it's bloody worth it. Bloody well done. And blessings on the year ahead. Okay, I'll leave you and love yous, and I hope to see you. I'll be doing more free events and events in the year, and make sure you're signed up to my emails. I send you a link to opt in for my emails. The best would make sure you miss out on anything. Okay, everybody.
Thanks very much, Shane.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.